Hey guys, Max here. Have you been considering taking in someone as a roommate? Well, I've taken in roommates for years now, and I think I have a pretty good system on what to do. In this video, I'm gonna go over 6 ways, 6 steps to renting out a room that is super simple to use and you can use right now. First step is to ask behavioral and values-based questions. Some of these questions could be, what does your life look like right now? Yes, very broad, very open, because you want to see how they communicate. Are they somebody who talks about their accomplishments, their work? Good, that probably means they work a lot or focus on that a lot. Do they talk about what they do on the weekend and how they like to have kegger parties? Now, that might be a thing for your house. For my house, I'm not really much of a crazy partier. The party I have is usually standing right here for hours a day and enjoying myself. Crazy life, right? But behavioral questions. What's a normal day look like? What time do you wake up? Me, I wake up early. So if someone is playing loud music at midnight, it's probably not going to work out. And most important, smoking. Smoking, whatever it is, it's always good to know what they do and how they do it and what their thought is. I've had somebody ask one time if smoking is allowed in the room. That was a big no. If this is your first go around at renting a room, you have to really, really, really be okay with sharing. I went from nobody in my house to having a roommate. So I had to really start understanding that the sink, the bathroom, the kitchen, all these things are now going to be shared community property, not just for you. So that was a big paradigm shift, going from silence in the house all the time to people actually rummaging around and moving around. So you have to be okay with sharing. So if you don't like sharing, renting out a room may not be in your best interest. Thirdly, and this one I actually broke, so I made it a rule for myself, is to start out with one roommate. If you have multiple rooms, like I do in my home, I rented out 2 rooms immediately. Not really understanding that personality clashes are very, very real. Going to sleep early, going to sleep late. Having people over, being more solitary. Those were all talk about 2 people who were on the opposite ends of the spectrum of introvert, extrovert. It was literally night and day. And it really taught me that when you start, only have one person, and throughout time, if you'd like to take in another person, explore that option. And always, always, always give a sense of ownership to those who are already living with you and let them help you make the decision. Don't just make a decision for everybody and hope it works out, because hoping in this situation is not very prudent. 4. Have a roommate agreement and a lease agreement and make both parties or whoever's involved sign it. Some of my rules are quiet time is from 9 p.m. to 7 a.m., rent's due on the 1st. Having a word of mouth transaction is great if you're best friends and you've known them since you were 5 years old, but if you're taking in someone you don't know that much personally, then having these things are just another backup plan in case things don't go quite as you planned them. And if you go to my blog, link right here and here, you can download my lease agreement, my roommate agreement, and all the questions I ask each prospective tenant for free. So you can already have those agreements put in place and not have to spend any time making them, which I've taken some time making them. So enjoy the free resource. Find Find introverts. I was going to say extrovert because I'm an extrovert. You probably don't want me renting in your house because I want to talk to you all the time. Find an introvert. Find introverted people who enjoy having their own space, recharge their batteries by being in solitary places. Now, not hermits. You don't want a hermit. Those people are weird. I've done that before. Been there, done that. That might be for another video. But I've had hermits, which are no good. But having introverts, I've realized, are always the best situation. I've had both ends of extrovert introvert spectrum, and I've realized that introverts, in regards to shared living space, in my experience, have worked out the best. So ask them, what do they really enjoy doing better? Netflixing and chilling, or going out and meeting new people? That's a really easy question to figure out what they're going to be like. To me, I want to meet new people. I want to make connections. Netflix is not really my thing, but the person who watches Netflix is probably the person you want to rent your room. Lastly, engage with them. Don't just take their money and say goodbye. Engage with them. Ask what they're doing in their life. Ask if they're in school, how their classes are going. Even introverts really do enjoy genuine conversation and people who actually care about them. Especially if they're younger people, they probably don't have very much support, nor do they have many people they're speaking to, especially if they're introverts. So, engaging as another buddy or friend has been really enjoyable, and I've had some really good conversations with those over the years and really poured into their life, and I've learned a lot of things from those. So it can be a very good symbiotic relationship. So engage with your roommates. Have you guys rented out a room before? If so, comment below. I want to see what questions you have or what funny stories you have. I have quite a few funny stories that have been very, very interesting. Probably for another video because it's going to take way too long to tell it. But a lot of interesting situations. If you found this value, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe, so I can touch more people. And remember to download the free guide, the roommate agreement, the lease agreement, as well as the questions to ask a prospective roommate right here. And enjoy that resource, and we will be in touch, and see you guys soon.